Hey guys, it's Kat from the Year of Magical Dreaming. I'm hanging out in Brooklyn Museum Park. I just worked out with a client and I thought this was such a beautiful tree to be under for Earth Day. I decided to bring you a vlog and say what's up. Happy Earth Day. And also I thought it'd be a good day for Q&A day. It's been a while. But my client asked me a really great question this week, so I wanted to share it with you. And it was, how do I get this voice or inner critic in my head to stop? And we all know that inner critic voice, and we all have one. That bully roommate is what Merriam-Webster calls it. And the truth of the matter is that you don't get it to stop. And in fact, the more you try to make it stop, the more power you give it and the worse it gets. It's that same concept, whatever you resist persists, right? So the trick is, or the tool is really that we change our belief patterns around what is being said. And how do we do that? So I always like to give the example. Let's say that you have like this bully kid that's in your neighborhood, right? That attacks everyone, even adults. And let's say that bully kid comes up to your house one day and he's being obnoxious and he calls you a pizza face, or he calls you fat, or he calls you broke, or whatever. I mean, just, you know, he's just a little shithead kid. So he says one of those things. Well, none of them are going to bother you unless it's already a trigger for you. So let's say he calls me pizza face. Well, I used to have issues with my skin. That would be kind of a hit. Or let's say he called me a tomboy. That's still a sensitive thing for me, even though I'm very comfortable with myself. That still is an inner trigger, you know, from years and years and years ago. So of course it's just a bully little kid and it should mean nothing, but that's the same that's going on in your head. We're only sensitive to the things that are already soft triggers for us. So for instance, just the other day I was driving my car and this person like cut me off or whatever, and in my head I thought like, you jerk, and you know, this judgmental expletive came to my mind, and I laughed at myself because I know that I'm not judgmental like that. I know that I'm not opinionated like that, and it had nothing to do with the person's background or whatever that made me think that they were a bad driver. It was just a split-second thing, and I laughed it off and it went away. But we don't do that with things that trigger our soft spots, with things that we already are sensitive to. We allow those things to permeate. We allow those things to run through our head over and over again, and we believe them. But we believe them only because that's already a soft spot for us. So really the problem is not the thoughts in our head or the fact that they keep running, because those thoughts are going to happen 24/7 regardless. It's just that we're only paying attention to the ones that are a trigger for us. So it's not the thoughts that we need to stop, it's the belief system around the thoughts. It's giving them an opportunity to feed them with our own beliefs. So again, the thoughts aren't going to go away. Whatever we try to resist, we're only going to persist. So rather than do that, we need to just accept them for what they are. Ego is essentially trying to save us from being kicked out of the tribe, or to save us from failure. Say thank you, I appreciate it, give it a laugh, and keep going. And over and over and over again, you will rewire those neural pathways in your head that will keep you from falling victim to that same voice, and keep it from being as debilitating as it may have been. But it has to happen by reworking those neural pathways and changing the reaction to those triggers. And that you need awareness for. You need to be aware of when you're reacting to those triggers and aware of your subconscious reaction. So that is the A to the Q, and I'm getting rained on now, so I better go. But happy Earth Day, and I hope all of you can start to change the beliefs in your head so that inner critic doesn't bully you anymore. It's shithead anyway. Bye guys!